Well, it's time for a quick look at the markets, and we have some breaking news. 312,000 new claims for unemployment insurance in the last week, and we have Brendan Conway here to discuss that with us. That's about in line with expectations.
It's almost right on the nose, Simon, and this is really one of those trends that has been the most encouraging in terms of the economic data. The jobs picture is improving in the U.S. It's not improving as quickly as we'd like, but this is another number that is not bad.
It's not bad. It's not good if you're one of the 312,000, and the prior week was revised up from 300,000 to 304,000. It seems that every week we have the prior week revised up, and I'm not quite sure how that happens, but it continues to happen. So that's good, and we will have live coverage on the big jobs report tomorrow. We also have other breaking news. This is really radical. The European Central Bank, which is Europe's Fed, has introduced a negative interest rate. So the cost of borrowing apparently is negative, or the cost of putting money in a bank is actually now positive. You don't get any interest.
Yeah, so these big banks now have to pay to hold their money there. I mean, this is just central bankers trying to push major banks kicking and screaming to use the money and to not sit on it, to lend. There's a lot of skepticism, though, as to whether it will actually work, and then others say it's too little too late.
Okay, and these were the banks that we were all worried about, that were going to pull the world into oblivion, economic oblivion, if they weren't bailed out. That's broadly what we're talking about here. They must have been jawboned with everybody. What's the chance this actually works, or is it just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have bailed them out?
Well, Simon, I mean, the bankers, from their point of view, you heard some of them in the last couple of days in Europe trying to stress to the market, look, we can't do everything, right? You can't look at us to fix the economy. At some point, you guys have to pick up the ball and run with it.
Okay.
So
after they got the money. Okay, yeah. And then we're going to have a look at how the markets are reacting now. They seem to be up. We've got the FTSE up, the Paris CAC, the DAX, and the Europe Stocks 600 all up. So that's really quite the good reaction. The three stocks, first one, General Motors.
General Motors is up a little bit this morning, even though they have some dreadful headlines out there, which is that an internal probe at the company is expected to show that basically they missed signs for years and years of these ignition switches that were faulty that have been linked to deaths. That story, though, is not over. We're going to get further look from the SEC and from some other
the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Yep.
They regulate the markets, the stock market anyway. Joy Global, what's happening here?
Joy Global is up this morning. They had a pretty strong.
This is a mining equipment company.
That's right, mining equipment. So they make the big, expensive, heavy equipment that's used to mine. For years, the mining sector was in kind of tough going, but this report is a good one, and that sector, in fact, in the S&P has been one of the top performers lately.
And you've got some more good news. Sienna Corp, which is a telecom equipment company. What's happening there?
Telecom equipment company. That stock has been down. It's been tough going for a lot of those companies, but they had a really solid report. That stock was down about 20%. Now it's up about 12 this morning.
Great. Good for them. It's always nice to leave on a high note. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Brendan Conway of Barron's. Check out his work on barrons.com.